those radio DJs that say, hey, we saw that band live, talking about President and their latest track, Doom Loop, that I just played as my pick of the day today. It's Peach's Pit Party. It's Monday, June 29th, 2026, and FJ is still here in the studio.
I like hanging out in here. It's fun.
I told him to stay because he mentioned to me something off the air that we were wrapping up the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem. We pre-recorded it at like 9 this morning. And I mentioned to him towards the tail end of that hour how maybe we should start playing this particular song.
Oh, it's so pretty.
On Z103. It's very uplifting. It's in German. But the lyrics say, like, hey, you are good enough. Just be you. I don't know what the world is telling you. Just be you. I'll never be fair to myself because I'll never be fair to myself. Ich word mir. I can't even, try to speak German.
I'm not even going to try.
There are a few listeners that tune in from Germany via the K-Bear 101 app, but what time is it in Germany if it's 2 p.m. here? It's 10 p.m. over there.
Oh, yeah. They're just getting ready for bed.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to bed listening to my show unless it bores them that much. But you said something after that break right away that made me laugh. What did you say?
I saw a TikTok over the weekend, and apparently in German, there are like 9 or 10 different phrases for the word diarrhea.
Us dudes find that kind of stuff hilarious.
I laughed so hard about it.
How many different ways can you say diarrhea in German? I'm so glad I spelled No, I didn't spell it correctly. It's H-E-A, not E-A-H-A. There's Durchfall. Ich habe Durchfall. Is it habe or hab?
You're the one speaking German.
Electric Callboy is going to love me trying to speak German right now. Rammstein too. Ich hab Durchfall. That just translates to I have diarrhea. I don't know if I can say this one because it let me.
It must be really good.
There's also Dunpuff. Dunpuff. The whistle/whistling referring to the sound.
One of them meant speedy poop.
Oh, another one is it is vulgar, a slightly vulgar term meaning thin bleep.
Yeah. There was that one.
I can't say that one.
There was fountain poop.
Flutter Otto.
That's the fast poop one.
Translates to fast Otto, a well-known, slightly humorous idiom. And then there's also Sprowurst. It translates graphically to spray sausage.
There were a lot of really good ones.
I better stop myself before I say something bad in German. I think Jade's one of Jade's close friends, or maybe like his sister-in-law, speaks German, so she might be tuned into the show right now.
We need to get her on here to talk about this.
I think Jade might also know some German, so he all of a sudden tells me to come to his office. How do you say? Google Translate. let me type it. Let me put in German here. Wait, where's that? Let me just type it. German. Can you come to my office for talking about diarrhea on the air? Here we go. I'll play it for you.
Können Sie in mein Büro kommen, über das Thema Durchfall auf Sendung zu sprechen?
Durchfall!
Yeah!
Durchfall! K-Bear 101, I'm going to need to have a talk with our graphic design person, Star, because I put in a specific request for a Peach's Pit Party billboard. And, well, I see the update got canceled here. The request got canceled here. It was sent in back in March. And now it says canceled. But the reason why I'm so upset about this is because my friends, Bryson and Charlotte, they live close to Snake River Landing. Actually, they live right on Snake River Landing. What am I even talking about? Their place has the best view for the upcoming Idaho Falls Community Hospital Riverfest presented by ICCU and Riverbend Media Group. I might just walk over to their place once the fireworks are about ready to go, watch it from their balcony, sip a nice Martinelli in one of my Dollar Tree wine glasses and go, yeah, this is nice. America's 250th birthday. What a way to celebrate what would potentially be the last ever Melaleuca Freedom Celebration, at least for the foreseeable future. I need to add that last part. But it's going to be the last one at Snake River Landing because that place is just so developed now that it's impossible to host that kind of event there. And I bet you it's going to be crazy packed this year because it's the last one. So people are like, sure, you know what, let's go, you know, and I'm glad people are deciding now to go. It is the best fireworks show west of the Mississippi, the Melaleuca Freedom Celebration, over 18,900 shells, over 31 minutes long. My friends Christian and Matt, they were here last year. I can't believe it's already been a year since they were last here. And they got to see the show for themselves. They loved it. They still talk about it. I told them, hey, this is the last year to come out and see it, but I guess they're not coming. Bunch of party poopers, or what's that term that we were talking about? Dirtschfall. We were talking about earlier on the program, talking about how many ways you can say diarrhea in German. Jeez. But anyway, yeah, I was driving to their place. Bryson and Charlotte's driving to their apartment, and that billboard right next to Culver's is right there. Our Noon Hour of Madness and Mayhem billboard is still up, so you'll see my face on that thing along with Victor's, but Victor gets his own billboard. It says The Victor Wilt Show, real big, right there. I wanted one for my afternoon show, because the afternoon guy matters too. Peach's Pit Party billboard, canceled. Why? Why is that? That better not be a sign I'm getting let go. Please, please no. Here's 9 Inch Nails, as alive as you need me to be on K-Bear 101. K-Bear 101, you know, last week we were supposed to give away tickets to go see Papa Roach Set It Off in Autumn Kings, but instead we gave away tickets to Theory of a Dead Man and Seven Dust, and that giveaway should have happened in the middle of July, but Victor messed it all up. Anyway, it's better for all the listeners because we're doing back-to-back weeks of concert ticket giveaways. We gave away those tickets for Seven Dust and Theory of a Dead Man. Now we moved on to what should have happened last week. Papa Roach Set It Off in Autumn Kings. Going to be one awesome show in Pocatello, July 23rd. It's coming up quick. I forgot there's only 30 days in June, so July 1st is coming up rather fast. It's always nice when the 5th of the month falls on a Sunday because we get paid somewhat early, but then it also bites you in the butt because then you have to wait extra long for the next paycheck to come, and I'm just trying to pay off my car, dude. I'm just trying to pay off the rest of it. Anyway, where was I going with this break? Oh yeah, we're giving away concert tickets. Yeah, Papa Roach, Set It Off, Autumn Kings, live at the Portland Health Trust Amphitheater. Listen for that cue to call all this week. We're doing it the old-fashioned way. Just listen for us to give out that cue to call. Not right now, but at some point this afternoon show, I'll give away a pair of tickets to Papa Roach Set It Off Autumn Kings live at the Port, July 23rd. I sent this article to Justin Pierce, the program director for 105 The Hawk, because I thought it was downright hilarious. I also sent it to Victor, too. The cover artwork for the upcoming country solo album from Aaron Lewis, a.k.a. the frontman of Stained, ended up in an unlikely place. You ready for this? A Taylor Swift merch box. Yeah, fans who ordered Taylor Swift's new I Knew It, I Knew You CD found shredded material in their packages, and when they started putting the pieces together, it revealed the cover of Lewis's upcoming Give Me Back My Country album that's due out July 17th. So Aaron Lewis shared a video of a Swift fan discovering the secret of the packaging with the caption, "Oh, look, there's my new album that hasn't even been released yet, shredded as packaging paper in Taylor Swift merch. Ain't that some crap?" So he told USA Today that he had no idea about the shredded album covers. I mean, what if he did have an idea? He's like, yeah, they just decided to shred it up. I already knew about it ahead of time. Lewis admitted that he doesn't monitor any of his own social media accounts. No kidding. I don't have any social media. I didn't even have it when I was younger. It's never felt important to me. Never even had a MySpace. That's exactly what he said. Someone just showed him that video. Imagine being that staff member working for him, showing him that his upcoming album that he so proudly made was shredded up and used as packaging peanuts for a Taylor Swift merch box. Oh, that's sad. At least my billboard was just canceled. Imagine if, like, a Peaches Pit Party poster was shredded up and used as packaging material for Victor's stuff, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, here's Bill Murray featuring Jeremy from A Day to Remember. Always let you down on K-Bear 101. The New York Mets, they fired their manager Carlos Mendoza, making him the third manager whacked this season. I love that phrase, whacked this season. After the Boston Red Sox got rid of Alex Cora and the Philadelphia Phillies ditched Rob Thompson back in April. The move wasn't that big of a surprise after the Mets got swept badly by the Cubs last week, which included them bungling their way to 6 errors in one game. The Mets have been at the bottom of the NL East most of the season, even though they have the second highest payroll in baseball at nearly $377 million. They're probably hoping that this change in manager is similar to what happened in Philly. Since Don Mattingly took over the Phillies, they've had the second best record in baseball behind the Brewers, which I never saw coming. The Milwaukee Brewers doing extremely well. Back in the spring, we told you how Chicago quarterback Caleb Williams was attempting to get 4 trademarks for his nickname Iceman. That came as a surprise to Basketball Hall of Famer George Gervin, who has been known as the Iceman for longer than Williams has been alive, and also to former UFC fighter Chuck Liddell, who also had that nickname when he competed. Well, Williams lost his initial bid for the trademarks, but it has nothing to do with Gervin or Liddell. Williams' application was turned down because Oregon-headquartered Lacrosse Footwear has held the Iceman registration since 1988 for insulated boots. The denial is not final, and Williams can appeal the decision here. And last but not least, the Brendan Sorsby sports gambling saga continues. Sorsby can't go back to college. The NFL slammed the door on him getting into the league this season with a supplemental draft, and now the Canadian Football League won't allow any of its teams to sign the guy. So even though he received only a 2-game suspension from that Texas judge, it looks like he won't be playing football for at least a year, unless he signs on with a junior college team. Anyway, that does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. All right, I'm a little upset, not because of the whole Peaches Pit Party billboard getting canceled. No, not because of that. I'm talking about how I just logged into my parents' Amazon account, and they're ordering stuff that they would have never ordered if I was still living there. Cool stuff. Like, my parents bought a Blackstone. My dad didn't even mention that to me. They bought the cover, they bought the accessories, they got all this stuff for a Blackstone. I didn't know they bought one of those things. I've always wanted to have one of those. My dad has the money to buy whatever he wants. So, good for him. Good for them. But at the same time, they better make me something when I get back there. They always hated me cooking in their house. They always hated me cooking. I would always have the same thing every morning for the longest time. For like 4 years in a row, I had oatmeal with peanut butter and then 4 scrambled eggs on the side. That was just, for some reason, the breakfast that I had. Even on holidays, I would annoy my mom because she would want to make breakfast for the entire family. No, Mom, I got to be consistent with my weight loss goals. I got to have my oatmeal and eggs. Get away from the stove. Maybe I just explained why they got a Blackstone after I left the house, because now they have the freedom to actually use their kitchen instead of just yelling at me, hey, why'd you burn this? This pot is completely ruined now because you can't cook, Brendan. You absolutely suck. Here's Mastodon, your ghost again on Peach's Pit Party. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. I was, where was I going with this break? Oh, yeah. I had, my train of thought was there, and then, of course, right as I hop on the air, it is just gone. I've been trying my best to upgrade my apartment, make it more sophisticated, at least. Keep it minimalist. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going for. I'm trying to just get that clean look. I have that living room that I hardly ever touch because all the cool stuff is in the back of the apartment. Like, as soon as you walk in, there's my couch, my coffee table, there's my TV stand where the TV used to be, but we moved my TV from the living room to the bedroom, and so it's been a nice change. If I ever just want to lay down and watch something, I can now, rather than just sitting on that tiny futon I got for free, thanks to a listener. But instead, on the TV stand, there's now a record player that I never touch. I used a gift card to buy the thing, and I never really touch it, and I should, but I'm always afraid to blast music in my place because I don't want to be that guy that just shakes the whole building blasting Lorna Shore or Bill Murray or whatever it might be. But I've been trying to find a spot to hang up the signed Ice Nine Kills axe. Not the guitar. It's not a guitar. It's a legitimate axe that I have signed by the entire band. And since I bought these guitar hangers that were meant to hang up guitars in the hallway here in the building, since I bought them and they haven't been hung up yet, they've been sitting here in the studio for the past 2 months, I think. I'm like, you know what? I'll just take one of them home and I'll drill a hole into the wall. But then I realized, oh yeah, besides not having a vacuum, I also don't have a drill. So I'm going to need to borrow one of my friends. Say, hey, could you help me out in drilling a hole in my place? You better not mess it up. I don't want to lose that security deposit. I have a stud finder. Surprisingly, I have a very cheap stud finder. Found out where the stud is. It's perfect. Right there on this particular part of my living room. I wanted to hang the axe up there. That way, right as you walk in, there's the signed Ozzy vinyl record that my dad got for me, and then the signed Ice Nine Kills axe. Look at me sounding like Jose Metal Ambassador Mengen or Lou Brutus. Look at me with my signed stuff all up in my place. I might as well open a museum because I have all this cool signed stuff. Anyway, it's Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. I think I read something about this last week that over in South Carolina, the state has finally lifted the age restriction on pinball. The state just recently got rid of this quirky law that's been on the books since 1959, banning children under the age of 18 from playing pinball. It was traced back to the 1930s, the ban itself, when early pinball machines had no flippers and were basically games of pure chance. People bet on them. Authorities tied them to gambling and organized crime back in the day. That led to a nationwide crackdown, with cities outlawing pinball, even destroying machines. Everything changed in 1947. Ow! With the invention of flippers. Where's my old car horn? 1947, the invention of flippers, which added skill and strategy. A 1974 California court ruling officially recognized as pinball as a game of skill, helping lift bands across most of the country. It's not about pure luck back like it was back in the day. It's a legitimate game, all right? Get a grip. I just love playing that old car horn. Now, for the first time in generations, kids there in South Carolina can legally step up to a pinball machine and play.
Oh, good for you.
I feel like you get what you signed up for as an Amazon driver. My friend Braxton, he's an Amazon driver. I have that expensive trash can showing up to my place. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that on the air because people are bound to find my place and maybe just steal my trash can, and they'll post a picture of it in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group. They'll get there before I get there after the show tonight. They just take a selfie outside my place saying, hey, found your trash can, Peaches, I'm taking it. Anyway, Amazon drivers, they deliver hundreds of packages every day, regardless of how big or small they are. And like we talked about on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, it's quite stupid how you have to click this certain button to hide exactly what's getting delivered at your door. Otherwise, there will be a box that shows the item on the inside, on the outside of the box. So porch pirates can stop by and just take what they want. Especially this time of year when people are buying stuff for the 4th of July. Like a new grill, like maybe my parents just bought. I guess my dad must be throwing some kind of barbecue. Again, they do all the fun stuff. My parents do all the fun stuff when I no longer live there. They're like, yeah, we don't have that giant stressful sun that just takes up space in our house anymore. Well, this one particular video on TikTok, this lady talked about how these are the three things she hates delivering to people's houses: cat litter, dog food, and bottled water. She says they're all extremely heavy and are items that are ordered frequently. She says drivers have to carry these heavy packages, don't get paid extra for it, making the job more physically demanding. I mean, still, like, you signed up to be an Amazon delivery driver. You knew for a fact there were going to be some heavy things that were going to be delivered to people's doors. Cat litter is quite expensive and also heavy at the same time. I don't know how Victor gets it all into his house because he has like a whole zoo at his place. I can feel my allergies going. Any single time I see a video, a Snapchat sent to me from Becca, she sent me one recently that was all the cats gathered on the couch. It reminded me to never visit Victor ever again because I just don't want to keep sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. They have like 6 cats over there. They've become the crazy cat couple. Hopefully, the cats are keeping Victor company while he's recuperating with that wrist injury. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. Somebody posted on Reddit's unpopular opinion subreddit just in time for July 4th. The poster thinks fireworks are way overhyped, not worth all the harm they do. I hate how in California they're trying to push those drone shows. I mean, drone shows are cool, but when you're forcing it for everything because you want to be environmentally friendly, I don't know. I feel like fireworks, I'm a dude, like explosions are cool, all right? Yay! All right, explosions are awesome. Now, to their point though, I used to get a whole lot more annoyed. Now I really just don't care. I mean, if people have the money if they really literally have money to burn on fireworks and they launch them for the 2 weeks up to the 4th of July, I mean, good for them. Good for them. They're in my neighborhood, blasting them every so often, super late at night too. And I find that thought process funny because how do you think like, hey, you know what? It's 11:45 p.m. Let me just go outside and launch one firework and just annoy everybody. It's like that dude that cuts off the muffler and just wants to be loud for no reason. They just want the attention, I feel like. This person goes to say, like, fireworks just feel like such a selfish and unnecessary act. Fireworks are cool. Those are cool. Where's my sound bar? Oh, there it is, right here.
Those are cool.
Those are cool.
Those are cool.
Yeah. I mean, big celebrations that are controlled, that are monitored, like the Melaleuca Freedom Celebration.
Those are cool.
Those are, in fact, cool. The Melaleuca Freedom Celebration is the coolest. All right, the Melaleuca Freedom Celebration, the largest fireworks show west of the Mississippi, 18,900 shells, over 30 minutes long. It is going to be one of the best things you'll ever see, especially with this year being America's 250th birthday. I've seen a lot of posts on Facebook talking about like, hey, you know what? I'll finally make my way to Snake River Landing for the Idaho Falls Community Hospital Riverfest presented by ICCU and Riverbend Media Group. Like they'll finally show up and see this amazing show. I feel like this is the 8th wonder of the world. Seeing this show. I'm so glad my friends got to see it before it ended. They got to celebrate at Snake River Landing, and hopefully you will this year as well. All right, last year it was awesome. Can't wait for it this Saturday, July 4th in Idaho Falls. All right, here's a great thread from Ask Reddit. What's something you always assumed was mandatory in life until you met someone who just didn't do it? Watching my one coworker straight up tell my manager / boss no to doing extra work. I mean, I'm not that kind of guy. I mean, if Jade wants me to go do something, sure, why not? Because he's a good guy. He's a good friend, you know? I'm not like Victor saying that dumb phrase, if the boss says jump, we say how high. Respond to questions. You can just ignore questions that are rude, invasive, etc. Move on in the conversation. There are people that just ask straight up dumb questions, and I sort of give them that look like, really? You really want me to answer that? I'm not going to be a jerk about it. I'll give them that look, but then I'll answer it. Sure, because people are genuinely curious. I used to be that guy that would be like, stupid questions get stupid answers, but that's just rude, dude. You don't want to be that mean, dude. You want to be nice to people, especially if they're asking something and they're genuinely curious about it. Like when people ask me a question about radio, go for it. I'll surely explain it to you. Why not? And if I can't explain it, I'll just be like, hey, ask Victor. He has a better explanation to give to you. What's something you always assumed was mandatory in life until you met someone who didn't do it? You don't have to finish a movie, a TV series, or a book if you don't want to. You can walk out of a play or a concert. I mean, you're the one who spent money. If you're one of those people that goes to a concert and says, yeah, you know what? I'll miss the headliner. Sure, you can, but just you don't have to post about it like, this is not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure, you know? I'm going to go to this show, then skip the headliner because I want everyone to know how much I hate that headlining band. What's something you always assumed was mandatory in life until you met someone who didn't do it? Where's that one? Oh, yeah. Christmas lunch or dinner doesn't have to be the same old traditional food. It's Christmas for everyone. Ask the family what they want to eat. Mind blown. Thanksgiving and Christmas, we don't need to eat turkey and ham. You can make burgers. You can make pizza. You can do whatever. Turkey on Thanksgiving is a huge part of the reason why it's my least favorite holiday. I just do not care about Thanksgiving. I really don't. Because it's just, you have dinner at 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. You overeat. You feel like crap afterwards. Then you have to eat dessert. Then you have to have those unnecessary conversations with relatives that you see that one time a year. Or you eat at somebody's house and you have to talk awkwardly with those people who you've never met before, and you have to eat in front of them, so you don't know if one of them chews extra loudly. You don't know what they do. Sometimes you just want to spend that holiday alone, and you're like, oh, this is nice. There's no political conversation. There's nothing. You can just sit there, eat food at a normal time, and enjoy it by yourself. Here's Poppy. Time will tell on K-Bear 101. Once again, we're talking about on Peach's party. Yeah. I just wanted an excuse to play that sound. It's Peach's party. How immature of me. I'm sorry. Noah Kahn, who is a pop artist, he tweeted out over the weekend, posted about it. I don't know if it's even tweeted out anymore. He just posted this. I've pooped my pants as much as the next 29-year-old, but you guys got to understand there's a venue worker out there with a 1,000-yard stare after dealing with that. Apparently he used the restroom on stage in his pants in Charlottesville and didn't go to the bathroom. And people have been, I guess, doing that at shows as of late, thinking it's a normal thing to do in the front row just so you don't lose your spot. You're right up there by the railing, and you just decide, you know what? I'm going to wear an adult diaper to the show. Why would you do such a thing, man? Like, I saw a hilarious post that was like, you pop fans, you wear adult diapers to shows. That's cute. We just show up with the mess and we smell like it the entire time. No kidding. All right, that's enough of me talking about this particular subject matter before I get myself in trouble. I feel like I already am mentioning that kind of action here on the program. Here's Black Label Society, Name in Blood on K-Bear 101. All right, whenever you're, if you do go out and run, if you do go out and do some kind of exercise, you get yourself pumped up listening to your favorite tracks, right? I was listening to some Bad Omens over the weekend while trying to jog around, get myself back into running condition. And I don't think it was Dying to Love. I think it was Left for Good that I had on. And I think it's that music video for that particular Bad Omens song where there's a guy who looks somewhat like Jesus running through a field. And I just imagine myself as that figure running through the field, listening to that amazing song. Bad Omens can do nothing wrong, man. There are a lot of people. There are some, not a lot. There are some people out there that are like, oh, Bad Omens is so overrated because they just want to be attention. They just want to have the attention on them. I can't say what they... I was about to say something else, but I'm glad I stopped myself. Otherwise, I would have had to hit the dump button on me. But I think Victor's one of those people that says, like, Bad Omens is so overrated. I love Bad Omens. I think they're awesome. I think they're blending of pop with metal with just all that stuff together. It's awesome. Bad Omens was the best show of the entire year so far for 2026. Bad Omens, Beartooth, and President at the where was that again? Was it the Delta Center? I almost said the Ford Idaho Center. I'm like, wait, it wasn't there. It wasn't in Boise. It was in Salt Lake. Where was I going with this break? Oh yeah, I just imagined myself running as a character in a music video. I was wondering if you do the same thing. If you put on a nice song, you imagine yourself. Sometimes I get carried away. Like there was one time a long time ago, I was running around my parents' neighborhood like I used to. Instead of getting in trouble, I would just jog with headphones in, and I turned on Eye of the Tiger, and I imagined myself as Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, and I was running on the sidewalk, doing shadow punches or doing like these fake punches, pretending I was Rocky getting ready for my fight, even though I wasn't going to fight anybody. And I stupidly tripped, kind of like how Victor did over the weekend. I stupidly tripped where it goes from somebody's driveway back to the sidewalk. You know how it dips down to an angle? I tripped and did like some kind of roll, and I shattered my screen protector. I thought it was my phone. I went home in tears. I was just a boy back then. I was, 23. I get home. My dad's all like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I fell and I think I shattered my phone, Dad." He was all mad. He was just like, "Oh my God, wait, that phone is like ruined, man. I can't believe you shattered the screen." He wasn't worried about me. I come home with cuts all over me. He was just worried about the stupid phone because, he would have to pay for it. But luckily, it was just the screen protector. We took the screen protector off, got a whole new one. Those screen protectors are the absolute best. And hey, don't be an idiot when you're out there jogging around. All right, don't pretend you're Rocky because you might take a stumble. K-Bear 101, if you're just getting out of high school or college, you're one of our young listeners trying to figure out where to start can feel overwhelming. I remember being in that boat, working part-time at In-N-Out and TMZ as a production assistant. My commute was horrendous. I had to drive an hour and a half to Marina Del Rey in gridlock traffic from Seal Beach, California. It sucked. The pay was minimum wage. And I was trying to get into the entertainment business, trying to get into broadcasting. And so I finally was able to get my job out here. I've been doing this ever since 2021. I graduated college in 2018. The good news is that there are companies out there that are investing in young workers. A new USA Today ranking looked at some of the best employers for recent graduates. One thing kept coming up over and over. Training, mentorship, and opportunities to grow matter just as much as the paycheck. So nobody expects you to know everything on day one. They want people who are willing to learn. That's why I always tell people, don't just look for your next job. Look for a place where you can build a career. And speaking of careers, this week's Hire East Idaho Job of the Week is with Answers, a growing mental and behavioral health clinic serving East Idaho. They're looking for licensed mental health professionals, including LMSWs, LCSWs, LCPCs, LPCs, BLTs as well. No, I'm just kidding. To join their collaborative team, Answers offers competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, a supportive workplace, the chance to make a real difference in our community. You can apply today at hireeastidaho.com, where you'll also find hundreds of other opportunities from local employers across East Idaho. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity. Here's one of the latest from Shinedown, Yun Again on K-Bear 101. Here we go with today's What the Headline. This Illinois man is suing DraftKings after he says he bet away more than $2 million. Lost his wedding savings, lost his job, says the company kept encouraging him to gamble by treating him like a VIP customer with perks, promotions, and free bets, even though he says there were clear signs he was struggling. Now, whether the lawsuit succeeds is up to the courts, but can we talk about the term VIP? Because in a casino, VIP doesn't necessarily mean you're our favorite customer. Sometimes it means you're our most profitable customer. There's a big difference. It's kind of like when your bank calls you a valued customer. They're not saying they value you, they value your business. The biggest takeaway here is just how easy it is to lose track when everything's happening on your phone. Years ago, if you wanted to place a bet, you actually had to go somewhere. Now it's one tap away, 24 hours a day. There's apps like DraftKings, Kalshi. If you're someone who enjoys sports betting, have fun with it, but know your limits before you start. Because the only thing better than hitting a big bet is being able to enjoy it without it taking over your life, Don't be that person that loses everything due to gambling. His wedding savings completely gone. Lost his job, too. Poor guy, man. But also he qualifies as the genius of the day here on today's What the Headline, right here on K-Bear 101. So it was a few months back I donated to the American Cancer Foundation. Is that what it's called? American Cancer Institute? It's one of the biggest cancer research charities, nonprofit organizations in the entire U.S., in the entire world. And I made a post about Brad Arnold's passing. I posted a video back when I saw Three Doors Down at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater when they opened up for Creed. in the middle of last year, I think, or the year before. The year before, I think it was in 2024. Because Finger 11, I interviewed Scott from Finger 11 at that show too. I was trying to figure out when exactly that show was. I can't believe it was that long ago, but yeah. I posted this little video saying rest in peace to Brad Arnold. It was them performing. It was the Three Doors Down performing Kryptonite, and that video went sort of viral. I made $11 on my Facebook with it, and so I decided to donate all the money I made off of that post to the American Cancer Society, I think. I donated that, and so I got this piece of paper in the mail that says, "Hey, thank you so much for sending us $11.05 in memory of Brad Arnold, who passed away from cancer, the vocalist of Three Doors Down." And so that piece of paper is on my fridge. I moved all my fridge magnets to the right side of my fridge to sort of give my kitchen a better look. Like I said, I've been trying to make my place more adult. I'm kind of transforming myself physically with the diet, the exercising, trying to get myself better mentally, trying to vamp up my place as well. Vamp up my apartment so that way it just looks better and it's more convenient. It looks nice, looks more sophisticated and adult. But yeah, I have this piece of paper on the front of my fridge because I think you can use it for your taxes. And so the worst part about it is that this piece of paper says 1 in 3 men and women will get cancer at some point in their lives. 1 in 3. And so every single time I go to the fridge now, I get freaked out thinking I'm going to be that 1 in 3. Watch it. I better not. I swear, dude. I might need to hide that piece of paper. I might need to put it on the right side of the fridge with the fridge magnet so that way I don't keep staring at it every single time I go to grab a hard-boiled egg and I end up regretting my decision. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. And I don't know about you, but I have these friends that are moving to new places, moving in with people that they're in relationships with, which is awesome to see. I love seeing my friends progress in life rather than regress. So I have a good friend that just moved in with his girlfriend, and they have 2 kittens together, and that's great and all. But any single time we hop on the Discord call and we're trying to play a game together, he now gets bugged. Hey, can you come over here? Can you come over here and see this? His girlfriend will, like, every 5 minutes ask him to come take a look at the kittens. Oh, look at them now. You got to come over here and come see this. Oh. And I'm hearing this in the background because his microphone picks up everything. Oh, can you come see this real quick? We're in the middle of a boss battle. We're playing Grounded 2. In that game, you're shrunken down, real small, and you have to take down bugs. And there are some massive bugs, like cockroaches, massive. There's scorpions in that game now. They're pretty hard to kill. Wolf spiders, there's potato beetles, which I've never even heard of, but yeah, we're in the middle of fighting these bugs, and yeah, his girlfriend's like, oh, can you just come over here real quick? And of course, he's that guy who just moved in with his girlfriend who's like, yeah, of course, babe, of course I will. And he just drops everything and leaves. I'm like, dude, you just left me here to die. I called for help 32 times. And he just leaves the room. And she, like, makes him go and get stuff for her, too. And I'm just like, dude, come on. We're in the middle of a game. Quit getting up every 5 minutes. Who cares about the cats? I kind of want to go over there and just abduct the cats and take them away and put them in a carrier and put them in my room until we're done gaming for that night and then drive them back to their apartment and be like, all right, now that we're done gaming, you guys can have your cats back. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.